This is a presentation to help you think about your budget for the Soul Shop event that you're going to be hosting. You're going to want to work on this fairly soon after you decide to do a Soul Shop because you're going to want to communicate with people who will be coming how much it's going to cost them. Now, we prepared a budget worksheet to help you put this together, and that's on your screen. I'm going to actually make it full screen. And we'll be sending this to you so that you can use this to do your calculations. Let me just do a high-level overview of this. You'll see over here is Soul Shop budget worksheet. This is one part of the calculation where we calculate income. And then down at the bottom, that summarizes the income and then an estimate of the expenses. And then down here in the red, it shows you, given the numbers that you put in, whether you'll have a shortfall or a surplus from the numbers that you've entered. A couple of big picture items. You'll see up here, community awareness expense estimate. Remember that Soul Shop is for the leaders of faith communities, and sometimes folks who host this say, you know, we want to have a more general training, awareness training for folks, and can you come in and do something the night before, for example? And we can, and that's called CAST, Community Awareness Skills Training. And that's open to anyone. It's open to the community. It's open to anyone from the congregation that might want to come. And if you're going to be doing that, there's a little bit of additional expense related to that in terms of materials. If you're not doing a CAST, then just leave this blank. The other kind of big picture item is down here where it talks about Soul Shop for congregations. Remember that the mission of Soul Shop is really to equip congregations to be able to minister to folks who are impacted by suicidal desperation. So we really want this to become a congregational ministry. Soul Shop trains leaders, but then we equip them with a curriculum that we make available to them called Soul Shop for Congregations. This enables the graduate of Soul Shop to take this curriculum back to their churches and to be able to train their boards, their staffs, their youth ministers, small group leaders, or the entire congregation is actually what we hope will happen. So this is a curriculum that we've developed, but it costs about $30 for us to make it available to folks. And you have several choices as a host organization. One would be you can make it an individual purchase. So you don't charge for it in the tuition. You don't pay for it. We make it available in the back as people are on a break or at lunch. They can purchase this for $30 a person. So it's just left up to the individual. You may decide you want to make one copy available per attendee, and in that case you're going to fold that $30 cost into what you charge folks to come to Soul Shop. Or if you want one per congregation, often we find there's more than one leader that comes from a church, so they don't all need a curriculum, and we estimate that that ends up being about a $20 fee per person that gets folded into the cost of the tuition. So you'll just need to decide how to do that. If you want to purchase one per attendee, about one per congregation, which would be $20 a piece that you'd have to fold into the tuition, or an individual person purchase, just leave it up to them. Okay, so let's just walk through this. We're going to plug in some numbers just to give you an idea of what this might look like. Let's estimate that you have attendees. Let's estimate that you have 60, and that some of those folks are going to want CEUs. And generally we charge just the people who want CEUs an additional $10 fee, So let's assume that of those 60, 15 are folks who are going to want CEUs. If you sell the book a second day, You can make a little bit of money on it because we make it available to you for $12.50. You can sell it for $15 and make about $2.50 a book. Let's say that out of 60 people, you can sell that to 15. And you'll need to provide some refreshments, a noonday meal. Let's say that ends up being $15 a person to provide a box lunch and some refreshments. Then let's also assume that you're going to make the Soul Shopper congregations an individual purchase. All right, let's say that you charge people $50 to come. And let's say that the organization that you're a part of is going to contribute $250 to the effort, and that you can go to the community and find some sponsors who will make a donation of $1,000 to your Soul Shop event. So that's basically the income side. Let's come over to the expense side. The presenter's stipend is $1,000. And let's say that the estimate for your presenter expenses is $500. Now that's going to be more or less depending upon if the person has to fly in, if they have to stay 2 nights, 1 night, so that's going to vary. Could be 500, could be 750, but let's just put in 500. Facility rental, let's assume that you can get someone to donate the facility and that you don't have to rent any equipment, that will also be donated to you. So we put in all the numbers for expenses, and you can see down here in the red that you can have a projected surplus of just over $1,200 for your event if this is what you charge. Now, let's say there are 50 people who come instead of 60, and let's say that you charge, instead of $50, let's say for tuition, let's say you charge $45. Then you can see your surplus drops. Let's say meals cost $20 a person instead of $15, and you can see your surplus drops again. Let's say that your expenses go up to $750, then it drops again. So you can see from this sheet that you can put in different parameters depending upon your local situation, and it will help you to see how you're going to come out on it financially. So again, this is something important for you to do fairly early. Get a handle on the budget, because that will enable you to get some clarity about how much you're going to need to charge people. And as you are publicizing it, you want to make sure that's going to be the right amount. Okay, hope that this is helpful to you.